iBoy is a Netflix original movie directed by Adam Randall and stars Bill Milner, Maisie Williams, Rory Kinnear and Miranda Richardson, and is about a boy who gets into an accident resulting in part of his iPhone being embedded in his brain. Now, in the real world, that would kill him, but this is a movie, so instead it gives him superpowers. I know, it sounds stupid, right? Now, very quickly before I get into this movie, I just want to say that there is an announcement at the end of this video regarding some upcoming reviews, so if you want to know what that is, stay tuned. Now, initially I was not that excited for this movie, but the thing that brought me in was the fact that it is a Netflix original. And most Netflix original content is either pretty good or pretty damn amazing. Unless it's done by Adam Sandler. So I thought, what the hell, and I gave this movie a look, and it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not amazing, but it's not that bad either. Now, the biggest positive I can give this movie is the fact that they make such a bizarre and ridiculous concept actually work. You enjoy the characters, the style and direction really cement the style and the story, making it slightly more believable than you initially were going to think it was. Like I mentioned, the direction is really good and it is very, very stylish. It makes that area of London look a lot cooler and a lot more slicker than it actually really is. And I really do like the use of blue colour palettes in the movie because it gives it a very, you know, cold but cool kind of look, and I think that really adds to the film's style. There's some really good camera angles used in there as well, and the direction really makes the film more enjoyable than it really should have been. Also, the performances are pretty good as well. Bill Milner as the main boy Tom is really good, and you really do root for him as a main character. Maisie Williams, I thought, was easily the standout in the movie. Miranda Richardson as Tom's grandma is pretty good as well, and Rory Kinnear as the main bad guy of the movie was pretty damn good for what he was there for. Now, like I said, this movie is not great. If anything, it is far from it, and the thing that holds it back from being amazing is the fact that the story and the structure of the plot is very basic and incredibly predictable. It's your by-the-numbers origin story of a superhero. It's this kind of story that Spider-Man made popular and has just been used to death ever since. It's a shame because for everything cool and unique that they do in the movie, they immediately revert back to this very basic plotline, just making it a lot more uninteresting to watch. Also, some of the acting from the secondary cast can range from pretty good to pretty shit, and I'm specifically talking about the group of chavs that are kind of the bad guys, but they're not really. Also, one problem that I personally had with this movie is Rory Kinnear. Now, even though I said his performance is good, and trust me, it is very good, there are two problems with it. First of all, there isn't really much to it. Even though he does give a good performance, it's just a very basic villain role. He insults the good guy, he tries to befriend him at some point, but overall he's just a very bland, basic villain. And the other thing is, Rory Kinnear is a great actor. I mean, just watch the first episode of Black Mirror to prove this point. And it's a shame because he's hardly in the movie. I don't know whether this is a spoiler or not, but he doesn't appear in the movie until the very end. And it's a shame because they did exactly the same thing that happened in Spectre with Christoph Waltz. You have an amazing actor as the villain of your movie, and he's barely in the movie. And the same thing here happens with Rory Kinnear. He's a great actor, but is completely underutilised, which is a real shame because I wanted to see more of him. On the whole, iBoy is a pretty entertaining movie, but is really nothing special in terms of execution, which is why I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This is one of those movies that you can easily watch without having to think about it, or just have it on in the background. But if you are a fan of Netflix original content and have been for a while, then I would still recommend you check this out because it has some pretty good acting and a really good direction. So guys, that was my review of iBoy. I hope you enjoyed it, and like I said at the start of the video, I did have a special announcement to make regarding reviews, and that is, leading up to the release of Spider-Man Homecoming in July, I will be reviewing every single live-action Spider-Man movie starting this month leading up to July. So later on this February I will release my review of Spider-Man, then in March you'll have my review of Spider-Man 2, then so on and so forth, including the Amazing Spider-Man movies, up to the release of Homecoming in July. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because I know I am. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then please do so. It would help me out a lot. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.